Ow. Well, this is the second video that I will be doing with a voiceover. I broke them up because I had done a good bit of footage, and so that I had plenty enough time to say what I had to say, and I ended up only talking through half of it, and so I just broke it up as far as my 2-year anniversary of coming back to skating. So I'm back. Not really going to do too many of these videos like this. I'm sure what you really want to see is just us skating and maybe hear some really good music. So anyways, what I think I want to say in this video is that you need to do whatever it is, whatever weird things make you happy. And skateboarding can do that. Skateboarding kind of came to me in a couple of times in my life when I was very, very unhappy. I already told you about, when I got a skateboard in 1977. I was a little fella. My grandfather got a banana board for me. I don't even remember whether I was happy or not at that point in time, but I really did like skateboarding. But it was only about 2 or 3 years, and I was a little kid, so I did all kinds of things. I didn't just skateboard. And then we moved out to the country, and there was no place to skate. We had a yard sale shortly after we moved out to the country, and the skateboard went in the yard sale. Kind of regret that, but whatever. It's what it was. So after I became a teenager, I was already different. I didn't conform to anybody's standard. And I was awkward, unhappy, had confidence problems, and an abusive dad, emotionally unavailable mom, parents that, weren't there when I needed them. In fact, nobody was there when I needed them. I was lonely and afraid and unhappy. And one day when I had gone camping with my parents on a weekend, one of the kids in another camper had a used Rodney Mullen freestyle skateboard, and I asked my parents if I could buy it. It was like $5. And I started skating, and it kind of transformed me at the time. It didn't solve all my problems, but it made me happy. Of course, I got serious into skating. I didn't keep the Rodney Mullen very long. It was already worn out when I got it, and I wasn't really a freestyle skater, so I ended up getting a Tony Hawk, and it went from there. I changed the way I dressed. I started listening to punk rock music. I started going to punk rock shows. I started wearing Airwalks and Chuck Taylors. I got into the skating pretty serious, and I found friends. Unbelievably, skating will get you friends. And I found 2 different people that I could skate with, and that meant everything, because I felt very alone. So I had people to skate with, and skateboarding kind of helped me transition from being a older teen to a young adult. Of course, eventually I went away, went into the military, and left home. Took skateboarding with me, but military's hard, and they really push you to conform to their standards and conform in order to fit in with the guys that you work with. And I didn't have any friends that skated. I maybe had one friend, and you know, he wasn't around all the time, so eventually I just gave it up. Fast forward from there, and eventually I was married, and my marriage was in the tubes. It was not going well. The ship that I was on, my boat, my Coast Guard boat, was in dry dock in New Orleans, and so I spent a good few months away from my wife, and while I was gone, she decided she didn't want me anymore. So I was very unhappy, and there was not much to do in New Orleans. As a bosun mate, you don't really work that much on the ship while it's in dry dock. So, you know, I needed something to do. They billeted us in a motel that was in the same parking lot as a mall. And so I went in that mall, and there was like a Zoomies type surf wear shop that had complete skateboards, and I bought a complete off the wall. I have no idea what it was. I don't think I even paid attention to what components it had, whatever. I skated that thing, and I skated it the whole time I was there. And it really got me through that time that I was so unhappy, and it really wasn't that much to do. I mean, New Orleans, all the other guys were out partying. I was not really the party type. By then I had lost track of, you know, punk rock shows and all that stuff. So skateboarding really helped. Now, of course, as soon as I left New Orleans, I know the skateboard went with me, but from there I really have no idea. I dropped it again, stopped skateboarding. Fast forward to recently, and of course now I've been back to skating for 2 years. And I was really at a bad place in my life. I was not happy with my career, not happy with how things turned out, especially with my body. I had been fit most of my life, and to be sedentary and fat and have heart problems and cancer problems, that was pretty upsetting, unsettling. So I got back into skateboarding. Oh, look at that. I just fell. That's funny. Just to add a note in here, I wear mountain biking padded shorts underneath my shorts there because of that very thing right there. I'm afraid of slipping out and falling on my rear, breaking a tailbone. So yeah, I've got some mountain biking pads that help with that. But anyways, and I'd already started this channel, so I was already kind of into it, but now I'm kind of going in a little bit different direction, in that I'm trying to do more of a skateboard channel type thing. And this is something you can do. You know, you don't have to have the perfect equipment. All I've got is phone and a hand-me-down tripod and a free app to edit my videos, and that's it. And I'm not very tech savvy, so it's not like I'm doing anything great with my channel. It's going to be kind of low tech for a while, just because of my budget. But I mean, if you wait for the perfect time to have everything you need, you know, it may not happen. So just get out there and do it, and do all the weird, quirky things that you like. Don't be worrying about what people say. And you know, if you get likes or if you get views, good. And if you don't, good too. I'm quite amazed that I have like 110 subscribers right now. Unbelievable. But you know, that's not why I'm doing the channel. It makes me happy. I can do videos with my kids, and I can video myself and look back at what I've done and improve. Now you will notice I'm pretty slow these days. It is something that I need to improve on. My speed and the amount of energy I'm putting into it, that definitely needs to improve. But it's the middle of the summer in North Florida. I mean, it's nice and hot and humid. So cut me a break, man. And you may have problems with that, especially being an older person. The heat affects you differently. Just stay consistent. You know, I've gone down from, you know, skating every other day to maybe skating every 3-4 days. I skate mostly at night. We usually don't start skating till about 9 o'clock at night. And that was something I did back in the day. I skated at night back in the day because, you know, I would either be in school or working during the day. Plus at night, you go out, you street skate, and all the businesses are closed. You're less likely to get harassed. And I guess that's the same thing now too. Now this place I'm at right now is permanently closed. It's been closed for a while. But there's other places we go, like the high school, that, you know, it's a whole lot better to go up there at night when there's nobody there. But anyways, yeah, do your thing. Make yourself happy. There is a channel called Darn World that just tickles me pink. The guy, he obviously is having a lot of fun at what he does, and it's visually appealing. He really doesn't have much in the way of skateboarding skills. He's got a couple of little flip things he does where he flips up the board with his hand, and then gets back on the board, steps around, pops it up, and he could pop a decent ollie and then just cruise around, and that's about it. And he does that in different locations, and that's all. But he looks like he's having a lot of fun, and the music is wonderful. Music he's chosen, the visuals, he's chosen places that are visually appealing, and it's obviously making him happy. And he looks like he's slightly younger than me, but he's still an older guy. But you know, check it out sometime. Darn World. Make yourself happy. You can't, in life, you cannot, I mean, we make our own choices, but many times the things that we go through, we don't have a choice of, but we do have a choice on how we react to it. And you are the manufacturer of your own happiness. You can choose to be happy, or you can choose to be sad. It doesn't mean things don't affect you. But once things starts getting you down enough, it's time to turn around and make yourself happy. So, and I will say that leaning on Jesus really helps. When I have begun to trust in Jesus and become closer to Him, things got better, and my mental outlook helped, got better. But in the meantime, when you're not in your prayer closet, you got to do something. And that might be a musical instrument. It could be all kinds of things, but of course my focus here is on skateboarding. Now sometimes as an older person, skateboarding can become very tedious, especially if you have a narrow view of what kind of tricks to do, what kind of skateboarding to do. I mean, there was one point where all I was doing was skate park and vert, and that got old real quick, and it got difficult because we have a small skate park here in Crestview, and it's hard to share that park with other people when it's so small. And there are times where it's just covered up with people that don't share, and I can't skate. So I had to look to doing things differently, and we started looking out for street spots to skate. I have like a couple different boards I use for either street skating or vert, and then I also have each one of us, myself and my two sons, we have cruiser boards that we can just, they got big soft wheels, a little bit longer wheelbases, that we can just go cruising. And sometimes we go downtown Crestview and we just cruise around. It's a good way to just blow off a little steam and kind of get away from the doing certain tricks. Yeah, what I'm doing right there is waxing that parking block. It was a little bit sticky, but anyways, just change up your routine. Do something different. If you're always going to the skate park, find your street spot. Do something different. Hit some curbs sometimes, and then maybe other times go to the skate park and, I don't know, hit a ledge or whatever. Change things up. It renews your focus, and it kind of helps you motivate yourself to get out there. That's one of the hardest things. It's so easy to just quit something and sit on the couch and watch the TV or be on your phone the rest of the time or whatever. It's so easy to just stop and not go back to it again. Or, after a few weeks you realize, oh my gosh, I haven't skated in a while. Being consistent, getting outside will help. Just going for a walk will help you. Quit doom scrolling. Quit sitting in front of the tube. Get out that door. Get outside, walk around. Or skate or whatever will really help your mental outlook. I'm telling you, the world is going to hell in a handbasket, and life is hard. And each one of us has individual stresses and things that we go through that really run us down. And sometimes you come home from work, all you want to do is just veg. But getting up, getting out, getting physically active will help you. That's about about all that I really want to say to you.
Yeah.
I know, and one thing about it is I'm not trying to recapture my youth in my skateboarding. I mean, I obviously don't skate as well as I did before. I could pop some serious ollies. I had nose slides down to pat, all of that. I wasn't a particularly great skater, but I feel better about my skating now than I did back then. And it's a totally different focus. I think I enjoy it now better than I did back in the day. So I'm not really trying to recapture youth as much as just making myself happy, my son's happy. And that's, that's really important. Make your children happy. Spend that time with them, like I said. That is so important. So this is coming close to an end. Soon my youngest is going to do some ollies, and that's going to be it.
Woo!
So trying to make sure it doesn't surprise me and cut me off.
Pop, ollie pop.
But yeah, this is not about recapturing youth now.
Yeah.
I am enjoying getting back into my punk music and actually listening to stuff I didn't listen to before. My palette is, as far as music tastes go, is a lot better, a lot more wide. Yeah, see, my son's ollieing. This is going to cut off pretty soon. But that's what I say. Seek Jesus. Get outside. Get you a hobby. Spend time with your kids. And I'm going to end.
Yeah, I know.
As far as voiceover goes, I'm going to end it right there. God bless you.
Do it, switch.
And peace out.
Yes and no. Let's try it. This is one hell of a death wish.
You did it! Woo, 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 woo!
Let me try switch backwards.
Yeah, the backside should be easier.
Oh, no. This is basically front side.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. My bad.
Yeah, I'm not,
There you go.
Yeah,
You didn't land it, but you didn't fall either.
yeah, that is true. Alright, bam. Yeah, I think